has a lovely area of beach just near the hotel. Just walk past the swimming pool, follow the signs down to the left, come out in the front where the swimming pools, follow the signs to the left, and then just cross over the little road. So we're heading up to Taormina, which is up on the flat area on the top of the headland, sort of towards the middle of it. And then we'll walk, it's about a 10-minute walk up to the main square. So you can just follow me with the red umbrella. It's amazing in this area, there's a lovely proper sandy beach rather than a black volcanic sand beach. So the plan is we'll get to Taormina, Jerry will take us on a little walking tour just down the main street, some lovely old buildings. We hope we're there before the crowds, and let's hope there isn't a big cruise ship in, either in Catania or Messina. Last time I was here it was lovely and quiet when we first got there, and then suddenly, I don't know if you heard of MSC, Mediterranean Shipping Company, they have some absolutely huge ships, and I think all the thousands of them were coming to Taormina that day and walking down the Corsa. But we had it on our own first thing in the morning. So the idea is he'll show us a bit of the Corso, and in your free time you can walk further down. There's some absolutely delightful shops, and there's little cafes and things. Have a bit of a walk there. Then we'll go and visit the Greek theatre, which is amazing because they built it. The Greeks like to have wonderful views out to sea or to nature, to Etna, whatever, and that's why they chose the position of the theatre. That's where we'll finish the tour. So those that are more interested in the theatre can stay inside more and climb up higher for the better views.
This is the Speaker's Corner of Hyde Park. This was called Agora, actually, which means Agora is a Greek word which means the square. This is where 28 centuries ago, demoskrasia, the power to the people, that's what it means, a democracy, was born, was amplifying, was making this idea and concept bigger than ever. So if you feel to have any curiosity, please ask it. My name is Jerry until 5 o'clock. It turns into Geronimo after 5 o'clock. I will tell you later the reason why there is such a distinction. So, being this at the very beginning of the town, you've gone through the gate, and the gate is one of the two. So this road is the high street, let's say. But that was the ancient consular road. I mean, from Rome to Calabria, and then the Strait of Messina is only 3 kilometers. And from Messina to Syracuse, everybody had to go through this road, which means it had a very important role. Even though Taormina is only 12,000 inhabitants, this palace was for a while, in 1410 and 11, under the Spanish rule, it was our Parliament of Sicily. One of the oldest born in Europe, together with the one in Guernica in the north of Spain and the Basque country. So we're going to give a look inside because there's a nice patio, just to understand that this was the symbol. Of course, Taormina was a small town. Then Palermo became the capital with a parliament. We have 5 million inhabitants, so imagine what is 12,000, just a spit of population. So we're going to move inside and imagine all this was a huge square, and then little by little the civilization grew. The moment of the original scene, we're still paying for that scene when Adam is eating the apple that stopped here. You know, that's Adam's apple for the man. Eve is there in the paradise. Paradise lost and regained, the famous English writer said, you know. So this is the paradise lost. We don't know if we ever have regained the paradise. We are trying hard, you know, every day. We won't burn our opportunity. We don't want to give up. So on the other side, the architecture reminds us of the Moorish style, this kind of, you've seen a lot of this in Palermo, in the cathedral, which are called Arab and Norman style. So the Arab style of Moorish, Muslim, is with all this black lava decoration, the lintel, double mallet. But below that window, there is a Latin inscription which has nothing to do with Arabic language. So why it's Latin? Well, that's a Christian, once again, the lamb, symbol of Christianity. Okay, that shows you that this was Taormina. There was until 1492, there was on the far end of Taormina the Jewish ghetto, which you can still see and is written the ghetto. This is the symbol of life, and we want to tell you that this palace was the symbol of open democracy. So it's written there, Esto mihi loco refugi, see, it's written in Latin, which means that this is the place of refuge, it means a protection, shelter, because that was the main purpose of the parliament. This square here, it is very important because it is called Belvedere, which means a beautiful view. There's the square that is overlooking all the natural beauty that we are going to find also in the Greek theatre. But we have to see a few monuments as well as the landscape that is concentrated here. Back here, this is not anymore a church, Taormina. Most important library maybe of the East Coast, because we have inside huge quantity of English books that were this is not cucumber, it's not Brussels sprout, but it's the red bricks that has made this eternal monument. So the Roman part is what is surrounding and then shattering the view. Whereas the heart of the theatre, called the cavea, you see cavea, and you see orchestra. Why is it the name of orchestra the stage? Because the Greek, this is originated from the Greek language. Orchestra was the place where the actor, with a maximum of 3 or 4 other actors, and the choir around, they were looking outside at the beautiful landscape. The Mount Etna, the sea, the sky, and the earth. But that goes back to over 2,000 years ago. That was called the orchestra, which was the stage. And this stage was not so lower, but was 5 meters higher, where those white seat stands. That was the previous level of the Roman orchestra stage. So imagine, all this was not existing, all these red bricks that we see, so this was an open space. So actually, theatre is like this, and amphitheatre is 2 theatres close together.